Hello, gamers. It's me again, jumping right back in, and we're talking about Mass Effect's ending, which I guess I realized a couple of days ago. I finished the game on Tuesday. I realized a couple of days ago that there's no way I'm ever going to actually be able to have an opinion on this ending that works for me because I'm never going to be able to understand the backlash. I started playing these games a month ago, which is not typical. Most of the people I know have been Mass Effect fans for years, and the anticipation surrounding this game for them was huge, and they had no idea what was coming. The ending, those last 15 minutes, completely out of left field. Nobody saw them coming. They were devastating, and that led to a large internet outcry, a lot of very unhappy people, and even petitions and Bioware promising to release more content. And that is something I can't understand. And thanks to the internet, I don't feel like I can have an opinion on this. I feel like the internet spoiled this game for me without actually revealing any spoilers, because I avoided spoilers like the plague for the end of this game. I knew that the end was a big fucking deal, so I said, okay, fingers in my ears, hands over my eyes, not going to do any research, do not want to know what the endings are. No, just don't tell me. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. But here's the problem. Because I knew that there was a big controversy surrounding the ending, I still anticipated and expected something major and weird and unexpected out of the ending. And so when it came, I went, oh, okay, so this is what everybody was talking about. I see. Right. As opposed to the reactions that many of my friends had, which was, I can't believe they just did that. What the actual fuck? No fucking way. Other expletives here. Rage quit controller, etc. In a way, I feel robbed of my opinion because I don't think I can formulate one in this manner. I don't think that I'm capable of amassing strong enough feelings to describe the way I feel about the ending. It was definitely not what I expected. It feels a little Deus Ex Machina, which part of me doesn't like as a writer, but the rest of me understands as a component of the story because the story is an epic. And I'm not talking about that in a, oh, it was epic way. I'm talking about it in terms of the classics. Homer, Ulysses, the Iliad, all of those, the hero's journey, where sometimes God comes out of the machine and changes things. I'm not saying I like that. I'm saying that it was different. And it was kind of ballsy. And it was a little crazy. You don't expect one of the biggest video game companies in the market right now to end a game like that when the typical is, fight all the things, massive boss fight, save the world, even if it means you die. In this case, it was more like lots of bad guys, weird conversation with creepy blue kid who appeared in your dreams. Pick one of three endings, which are different for the most part, but ultimately very similar, and you still die. It's difficult because even though I have such a strong emotional attachment to this series, it's nothing compared to the people who have known these characters for years. So I feel like I still need to wait to decide how I feel, I guess. I don't know. I feel like I'm being really non-committal for you guys because I'm afraid somebody's going to yell at me. But ultimately, I think it's just that I played this from a very different perspective for most people, which was anticipating a big fucking deal of an ending and getting it and going, okay, so that's what all the fuss is about. I now know why the internet is upset. Do I agree with the internet's methods of upset? Not necessarily, but then again, I'm not a big let's sign a petition to change something person, especially not when it comes to a story. I mean, if I were like that, then I would have been writing petitions to whoever wrote Battlestar Galactica and Lost, because goddamn those stories, some of those got stupid. Because yeah. I don't know. I think that there are some plot holes and items of closure that I'm interested in, which is why I will be downloading the DLC when it comes out at the end of the summer. My friend Ray, after I finished playing the series, introduced me to the indoctrination theory, which I find fascinating, not necessarily because I hold stock in it, but because I think it's so cool that this is what the fans have come up with in response. And I'm okay with fostering and encouraging that kind of creativity in people. I think that thinking outside the box like that is really cool. I think that the evidence that they've come up with to support the indoctrination theory is clever. I think it's funny that, as well as all these videos about the indoctrination theory, there are videos that counter the indoctrination theory and say it's bullshit. And it's amazing to see people so passionate about these games. I have no regrets about playing them whatsoever. I'm still reeling over the ending because it was not what I expected, but I think that I would be reeling over the end of a series that I just put 60 plus hours of my life into, no matter how it ended. And it was sad. It was painful. I cried my eyes out at least 4 or 5 times. You guys saw the aftermath of some of that. And I loved it. I'm still not sure how to feel about the ending, but I still loved it. 3 wasn't my favorite of the games, but I still loved it. I have no regrets about playing it. I will probably play through it again, and even if I don't, I know I'll be playing through 2 again, because 2 is pretty easily my favorite. No contest, honestly. I can say that even right now. I loved Mass Effect 2. That game was amazing. I'm looking forward to playing through it again and again. And yeah, no regrets. Mass Effect, you have become probably one of my favorite video games of all time. And the Mass Effect universe is rivaling Star Wars and Firefly for my favorite sci-fi franchises of all time, and that's a tall order because, as you guys know, I have Star Wars tattoos on my arms. You know, Star Wars means the world to me, so for me to say this video game is now up there on the level with Star Wars for me in terms of stories that have changed my life, that's a big deal. And even though I'm still a little ticked, I guess, that the ending was ruined for me because I knew it was coming, I still have to thank you, Internet, for making this such a big deal, because if you hadn't thrown your hands up in the air and said, hold the fuck on, what is this? I would have no idea just how amazing these games are, because I always knew that I was going to play Mass Effect, but I didn't have anything to kick it off until everybody got mad. So thanks for getting mad, guys. Really, I mean that. Thank you for sharing with me your outrage over these games, because if you hadn't, I don't know if I ever would have made the time to pick them up and play them. So I appreciate it. I think that's about all I've got. Maybe in a few weeks I'll have some more thoughts about Mass Effect. Maybe I'll have something to say when the DLC comes out, but this is the end of my Mass Effect play series. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, my friends, for not spoiling anything for me throughout the entire series. You guys have been great. Thank you to my long-suffering boyfriend, Jeff, who is now sick to death of hearing me talk about Mass Effect. I am sorry that I got so obsessed, but this is what happens when you give a girl with OCD a video game this awesome. Thank you, Bioware, for giving me a game that has taken a hold of my brainstem and tugged so hard that I can't focus on any other story. And thanks to you guys for watching. I hope that my videos were entertaining for you. If you guys want to talk about anything Mass Effect related, leave me a comment. Talk to me on Twitter. I'm at theinsomniakid. And who knows, maybe I'll make some of these for the next couple of video games I play. Diablo 3 does come out on Tuesday. Thanks a lot, you guys. It's been fun.